Hello everyone, this is Ben Hughes. What I'm wanting to show you in this video is how the inflation and supply shortages we're seeing today came about and what we can do to help the situation. 2 years ago, we went into a lockdown and closed all local business, with the exception of essentials, which happened to mostly be big box stores and big business. The government enforced this because they believed it was the right thing to do given the circumstances. In order to successfully pull off these lockdowns, without crashing the economy and making everyone go broke, they decided they would flood money into the pockets of the people of our communities through government programs and such. This was to allow us to continue to spend money and buy things, which is what is needed for our consumer-based system to continue to stay afloat. The question is, though, where could we spend all this new money? The only places open during these lockdowns, or easily accessible, were predominantly the biggest of businesses, owned majoritively by the richest people in the country and the world. With that being said, at least we were able to continue to buy things we needed and wanted. But with us continuing to buy things, who was replacing these things? With businesses either stopped or slowed down dramatically because of restrictions, and buying continuing at a steady pace, we ran into supply shortages. What happens when the government prints off a bunch of money in combination with growing supply shortages? You get a perfect formula for high inflation. And as inflation continues to rise, the less affordable things become, which wouldn't necessarily be that big of a deal if we kept business growing and slowed the rate at which money was flooded into our communities, along with our ability to keep the money in our communities, which, unfortunately, none of these things happened. Instead, we stopped and slowed local business, flooded money at an alarming rate into our communities, which we then went and gave to the richest companies around, leaving us in the same financial position but with higher and continually rising prices. Now I know this all seems a little doom and gloom, but like I said in the intro, I also want to talk about what we can do to help this situation and what we can do moving forward. Moving forward requires a bit of a Robin Hood story of taking from the rich and giving to the poor, although what I mean by this is not raising taxes on the rich or creating a wealth tax or any other form of tax. The way I'm talking about is a much more natural way and doesn't require any sort of taking to actually happen. It's about choosing to buy local instead of buying from big business, which in turn keeps profits in our community. This means that our community will be much better off financially. Historically speaking, we as the people of a community have done a much better job at dispersing the wealth throughout than any other social program has ever done. This locally based spending will bring us closer together. As we become closer, we'll start to care more about each other and our successes. We'll notice the difference we can have on the people's lives within our community and the difference they can have on our own. We'll start to see that there is more to money than just collecting a paycheck and buying things, but that you have the chance to help grow a better community that you and the ones you love get to benefit from, while also buying what you need and what you want. Together, we can lift one another up and grow this community naturally and in the shape that we want, instead of being so divided and giving our money to people and businesses that just want more money and more power. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments, either leave a comment below or message me directly using one of these sources.